Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast. We are recovering from Jay's fucking ridiculous birthday party this weekend, which was on Saturday.
Yes, it was.
And I think me and Rosie had probably one of the most top 5 hangovers I've had in my entire life.
You're welcome.
On Sunday.
Yeah.
On my son's birthday. 6 years old. Me and her woke up so fucking hungover, dude.
Yeah.
Because I was actually going to take it easy. And every time I had a drink in my hand, Rosie was bringing me another one. And I was like, oh my God, she was on a fucking mission, apparently.
Wow.
And we drank only tequila all night long.
Jesus
And,
Christ. I wonder how much tequila we went through that night.
Dude, I don't know. My bill was shocking. It was shocking.
Welcome to mine.
Dude, it was
Yeah.
shocking. Like, I don't know if Rosie was buying drinks for people or what.
Yeah.
But it was well over $100 plus dollars.
Usually we drink Lalo's tequila.
Yeah.
And it's not cheap.
It's not cheap.
Yeah.
No.
So,
No.
I mean, you figure if you guys did each 5
Well, we're doing
drinks,
ranch
that's-
waters, so it was like,
Still, it's
$10
$10 each.
Yeah, $10 each. Yeah, probably had fucking, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It was ridiculous, dude. But it was, first of all, the party was fun.
Yes.
It's ridiculous how many people show up for your dumb birthday. Every part of me hates it, dude. I got there, I was like, this is fucking stupid.
It's ridiculous.
It's so dumb, dude. I mean, there was at least 200 fucking people there.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But what I like about it is everybody gets to come together and have a good time.
Right.
You know what I mean? It really, to me, the best part about it is just everybody getting together and people getting to meet each other and hang out with each other and seeing old friends and new friends.
Sure.
And, that's why I like doing it. It doesn't it ends up costing me usually every time I do it, but
Oh
I don't
boy,
care.
does it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I don't think there's anything that's worth having to be that hungover at Chuck E. Cheese for 3 hours with your son on his 6th birthday.
Which I think is just awesome.
Dude, you should have seen me and Rosie we were like, I had to drink a beer at Chuck E. Cheese. I had to. I mean, there's just and it was at like 1:00, and I don't think I felt like a human until 6:30 p.m. and I went to sleep at 7, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just could not fucking. I have not been that hungover and just fucking alcohol, right? Like no cool anything, no fun party times.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, dude. I mean, me and her felt so. We slept till 9:00.
Yeah.
Like, which is for 2 parents. Is wild, you know what I mean? Like,
I told myself I wanted to be out of there kind of early.
Sure, yeah. Well, we left at like 11:30.
Was that when I called last call?
Not at all. No.
Oh, so I must have called last call around midnight.
Yeah.
And then after that, we went back to my house
Oof.
and we hung out until 5:00 in the morning.
Holy moly! Yeah.
And then we went to bed and got up because the eternal clock doesn't let you sleep in very well.
No.
And then we got up at like 9 or 10 and laid there until about noon and I ordered some Thai food and then we went back to sleep until 5.
Nice, dude.
Then we went to the bar, picked up her car, and I literally walked in, grabbed some stuff, said hi to everybody, walked right back out, got in my truck, went and got a meatball sandwich from Pizza Chief.
There you go, dude.
And then went right back home and took a Xanax at about 7:30 and went back to sleep at like 8:30.
There you go.
And slept like a champ.
There you go.
It was so nice, man.
Yeah. Well, it was a good party. It was very fun. We had a good time.
The band Renegade is a great
They're
band,
really
you guys.
good.
If you get a chance to go see them, they're just fantastic musicians, and they're really, really good people, and they were a lot of fun. And it really is why I ended up picking the 25th, because I kind of was not even sure if I was going to have a party.
Right.
But they happened to be there on that day. Mm-hmm. And I was like, perfect. Let's do it on the 25th.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good times. Positive vibes. I didn't see any weird drama or anything.
No, there's a little hiccup in the middle of it, but it wasn't like a big
nothing.
deal. No.
Yeah. Yeah, you got some characters over there, dude.
Yeah.
There's some characters at that fucking bar.
Yes, there is.
I'll tell you what. Hey, turn that mic
more towards me.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that better?
That's better. Yeah, anyway, recovering from that. That was nice. Yeah. And here we are, man.
Back at it again.
We're back at it, dude.
Yeah.
We did a podcast last week, which kind of sucked. honestly. Just, you know, it's just sometimes, man, you just do shit, and, you know, we show up every week and we do this shit and we never miss a fucking week.
Yeah.
They're not all good. You know what I mean?
It's also hard because part of everything is you get caught up in whatever the zeitgeist is, and then you realize later, like, we're talking about the same exact shit that everybody's talking about right now, and nobody wants to hear it from them. What the hell think?
Yeah.
Well, you know, like, we're not special.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we had at least the episode, you know, your episode that I hadn't released to the public yet, you know.
Did you recently release any clips from that? Because I didn't see any.
Yeah.
Did you really?
A lot on TikTok. I released a couple. I'm going to do a couple more this week. But
Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's some really good ones, dude.
Yeah.
TikTok, YouTube, all that shit. There's a bunch.
Are you familiar with the marketplace of phones with TikTok installed on them now? Because you can't download TikTok?
Yeah, there is something going on where you can't download it now, right?
Yeah, which made the marketplace of iPhones skyrocket $1,000.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
With an app with TikTok installed, you can get a lot of money.
Weird.
Wow.
Huh.
That is ridiculous.
So what? I'm confused. What so you can't download the TikTok app, which I heard about, but how did that affect Apple's marketplace?
No, any devices with TikTok app already on it
Okay.
are now high value because you can't download it.
So if you have an iPhone with it on there, it's on there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like people are selling their phones with
Correct.
TikTok installed.
Yes.
Whoa, interesting.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Yeah.
That's that.
I wonder what's the
that's
market
wild.
value added to it. I mean, how much more are they getting for them?
$1,000 for the phone.
Really?
That's the asking price right now for an iPhone 14.
With TikTok
Yeah.
installed.
Yeah.
Wow.
But what happens when you clear it I mean, you have to put your info on there, right?
Yeah, but that's fine. There's no source to download the actual app.
Oh. So
Yeah.
it disappeared off of is it off of like
No marketplace has it right now.
even mine?
Apparently.
Oh, that's weird. Let me see. On Android?
Huh.
I'm going to try it now.
I don't know. Every time every time he sends me a TikTok video, they try to get me to download the app.
Yeah.
Not
It's
available.
yeah, it says it's downloads for this app are paused due to current U.S. legal requirements. Well, because they extended it 90 days to try to figure out who's going to buy it. Right?
Yeah.
And you got Elon trying to buy it. Which
Is he
fun.
really?
Yeah, and then Mr. Beast is trying to buy it.
Mr. Beast would be a good one.
I think so.
If
Yeah.
Mr. Beast or somebody else buys it, I'll download it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not even showing up on.
yeah, that's wild. I didn't know.
Listening to how they were just data mining all the information that was going into TikTok made me stay away from it.
Yeah.
You know, although I don't.
It is
you know,
invasive, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
really, compared to all the other shit that they're data mining from you, TikTok specifically is pretty goddamn invasive, dude. The way in which it does its thing, but yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that. But anyway, yeah, I released a bunch of clips on TikTok and shit. Instagram's been kind of fucking goofy lately, dude.
Yeah.
We keep getting demonetized again for no fucking reason, like at all. I'm having to review it doesn't matter, dude. We talked about like mental health, like, and it's demonetized. Like, I don't know how we're in a fucking algorithm where we can't get any fucking traction at all. So it's really been pissing me off, and I haven't been posting on there that much.
Maybe we should do what all the titty girls do.
It's heavily fixed, and there's a lot of YouTubers expressing how fixed it is.
It has to be,
Yeah,
dude.
the algorithm goes out. They assuming it's an AI that just goes in without discretion.
Right. Well, Zuckerberg went on Rogan and said they were going to start rolling back all that shit for Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
But it seems as soon as he made that announcement, we started getting fucking completely black. Every post gets throttled. We're not eligible for monetization, which we have almost 12,000 fucking followers on Instagram.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, we're doing pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
And we can't get any fucking traction. It's really weird. I don't know. So it's been pissing me off, and I'm just fucking haven't been posting too much on it. I should, but whatever.
Well, that just Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
Just let Elon buy everything.
Are you familiar with Rockfin
Yeah.
and Odyssey? That seems to be another favorite couple of platforms.
Yeah, Rockfin, I know, but dude, I'm at the point. How many more fucking platforms? You know what I mean? We're on all the things. Like,
Yeah.
how many more things do I have to manage, and I can't? Like, there's another.
Instagram should be all we need to worry about.
Right.
You know, we should be Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. That's all we should have to worry about. We shouldn't have to worry about being
I agree.
you know,
There's-
dissected for some.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't say anything. We say some outlandish stuff that
Compared
we
to the
say in
videos that
comedy.
I see on my shit,
Jesus criminy, dude.
I mean, I guess maybe we just like breastfeed each other. It'd probably be fine, right?
Boy, that'll get us some.
I was just
That'll
gonna
get
say,
us some. Yeah.
Yeah, they are favoring. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you're
really
gonna have to
weird.
AI that one though, but yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen that? The chicks, they pull their tits out
Yes, I've seen it.
and they have like a fake baby on their tit. They're like fake breastfeeding, but they're allowed to show their complete tits. It's really fun. It's like a weird loophole that's
They'll
going
have
on.
two of them.
Yeah.
They'll have a
and
baby
they're obviously
in
fake
each.
babies.
Yeah, fake babies. One was white, one was black. I saw. I was like, it took me a second to see it. Oh, okay, that doesn't. How is that? And
Yeah.
then going like, oh, okay, it's fake.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so fucking annoyed with Instagram right now. It's everything I do. I have to put in a review to fucking get it either not taken down or demonetized.
I guess that doesn't work, but do the Get Heavy 2 podcast, you know,
Yeah.
whatever, the secondary
yeah,
one.
maybe a secondary account or something. Yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. Inside baseball shit. But
Yeah.
speaking of Elon Musk, huh? He's out here being wild. We kind of talked about it. We did this podcast the day of the inauguration, and I watched him do that live, and I was with my daughter, you know, so we're all referring to the Sikh Heil, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, because I watched it live, and I was all, that doesn't look good. You know what I mean?
It doesn't.
It doesn't look good at all.
No, it doesn't. Hey, but here's
know?
something that I find really, really, I don't even know the term for it. But there's the left has been very, very, very adamant about the multicolored puzzle and all of the stuff towards autism and autistic people and all of that stuff. Anybody that wants to say Elon doesn't have some of that going on is you know what I mean? There's some stuff about that guy that's special. Like
Yeah.
you know, it might just be that he's got the, you know, the Einstein stuff where he can figure out these numbers, but he can't tie his shoes or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And if he was in, like they did with Biden, when Biden was first started to come out that he was obviously in some serious decline, the first thing they started doing is like, well, how are you going to talk about him? He has a speech problem.
Right.
Like, it's well known that he stutters or whatever it was at the time. They immediately went to defense and said, hey, look, this guy has some stuff that you guys shouldn't be making fun of him and you
Right.
guys shouldn't be doing this. Well,
Yeah.
that same exact thing pertains to Elon, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
that guy obviously has some wild stuff about him.
Yeah.
You know, I think you sent me the video where he was sitting there and he was off in another world,
at the
bro.
inauguration?
Yeah. You know, and just excited and got into this stuff. And,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
the difference is that he is the richest human on earth. So
Yeah.
you have this whole entire fuck this guy. He's rich. He's, you know, running, you know, he made Twitter be fucking racist again. There's all this shit. And then now, of course, you hear all this thing, well, his parents made money during the apartheid and all this shit. And you're like, oh, yeah, all that's true. But here's the thing, and this is what I've been thinking about. I've been trying to think of, I'm not going to justify the thing that he did at all, because it does look fucking bad. It's not a great move, you know. But here's what I've come up with. And I'm going to run this by you. I think Elon Musk is white people's Kanye West.
1,000%.
Elon Musk is white people's Kanye
Yeah,
West.
I agree.
They are fucking... Look, Kanye West lost his fucking mind and said some wild shit. Way more wild than Elon Musk has ever said.
Yeah.
Right?
Shit
And-
that only a black person get away with.
Right, 100%.
Yeah.
Right. The Jew stuff, all that stuff. He went off the fucking rails. Now Kanye West is a legit musical fucking genius,
100%.
for sure. He's a musical fucking genius. You can argue that his clothing line, the shoes, everything he touches is fucking
Genius level shit.
genius
He
level
does-
shit
he
in a
really
way
is
that we
incredible.
won't even understand, or we can't, or we're just shocked
Yeah.
by every time. Elon Musk is a legit fucking genius, probably the smartest human on earth. Made rockets that land, that reuse, fucking Boring Company, Tesla cars. A legit fucking genius.
And you see people that talk about, they'll get into, he bought this company and he did this off of other people's ideas and designs.
Right.
And he did this, like he bought this and then you know what I mean? Like these other people built this company,
Sure.
then he bought it.
Yeah.
But the guy is working 13 and 14 hours and sleeping on
You
the
don't-
floor at Tesla.
You don't get
like
lucky that many times.
No,
dude.
you don't.
You really
man.
don't.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not defending the guy, but here's what
I'll
I've been
defend
thinking.
him like
Yeah.
that's kind of where I was going to begin with.
Well,
you know?
and it's fine. Like whether you think he did it on purpose or not, like that's fine. But when you let fucking geniuses get to superstar level,
Yeah.
you see how fucking crazy they are.
Yep.
Right? Kanye, beyond famous. You know what I mean? At that point, Elon Musk, beyond fucking famous. And when you put legit genius weirdos, like if you were to put Nikola Tesla on fucking, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the dude was in love with his pigeon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like fucking every genius on earth is an absolute fucking maniac, probably socially, all of it.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk is on national television in front of an arena full of people on election day and decides to go, my heart goes out to you. You're all, yo, you know what I mean? And I swear to God, he's white people's Kanye West.
Yeah.
And black people defended Kanye West to the fucking end. A lot of people ran from him. But guess what? Every time he fucking releases something, it's the most downloaded thing. It's the most listened to thing. Every time he releases clothing, it's fucking bought out immediately. Same thing with Elon Musk with white people, dude.
Yeah.
White people are like, this
Hey,
guy.
all these white
this
people
guy.
are still driving Teslas.
100%.
You know, and they're talking about how, like, I'm going to get rid of my Tesla as
Yeah.
soon as my lease is up. Well, come on, man.
Okay.
All you're going to do is buy something else that he's got something to do with.
Yeah, totally.
You know, your house
Yeah.
has Tesla batteries. You got, just stop, man.
Well,
you
I
know,
do. I
and
get it.
again, it goes back to these guys that they're just looking for stuff, man.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
yeah,
and,
they're on the
and
hunt.
I'm
to be
so
mad for
over
sure.
the algorithm of that stuff and just trying to,
Yeah.
Just stop, man. Let it go.
Yeah, it's fucking wild, dude. Yeah, I mean, when I saw him do it, I was actually watching it with my daughter, and I was like, "Did you see what he just did?" And she's all, "Well, that was weird."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And of course, she's hook, line, sinker on all of it. You know what I mean? The racism thing, all this stuff, and I'm like, "It's fine, dude." But this is what we find out now is that these genius level humans don't know how to act in the world. Like,
Yeah, but
when they
that's,
have
like I said,
ultimate power, they act like fucking maniacs. And Kanye does it, and Elon Musk does it, and every fucking other genius that we've never seen.
Again,
Bill
what I-
Gates acts like a fucking maniac on Epstein's Island. You know what I
Bill
mean?
Gates is a
Yeah.
fucking maniac,
Yeah.
dude.
You know what I mean?
I'd like to see some of these guys start talking a little bit more about what a nut he is.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well, he's getting brought up on charges in Africa or something like that. There's something going on
because
with him right now.
all the shit that he did down
All
there,
the vaccine stuff.
it's wild.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we can't sell this in America, so we'll just send it down to Africa.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
watch my portfolio quadruple again.
totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy more of Washington State.
Yeah. Yeah, or all the apple cider vinegar, I guess, in the world he owns now. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. It's like weird, dude. There's some weird shit, but this is it. Like I said, we gave legit geniuses platforms, and they act like assholes. And I will tell you that symbol that he does, the thing that he did. I taught a class on Saturday, right? I have 25 students in my fucking class, and I'm talking, and I move my hands a lot when I talk. I caught myself doing that 5 times. I caught myself doing it 5 times. Not in any big way.
Yeah.
But literally I was like, yeah, man, you're going down the road and you're trying to make this thing and I'm fucking out doing this. And at one point I was like, hey, I'm not trying to Elon Musk it around here, like in front of my students. And all my students giggled. They laughed their ass off because they know if you just
Constantly. Yeah.
I move my hands like this all the time. Like I did it at least 10 times in class.
Yeah.
On accident. Like,
Yeah.
And then became ultimately aware that I was doing it. And I was like, and I got 20 new students that I've really never met. You know what I mean? And I'm already a maniac anyway,
Yeah.
And so I just, at one point I stopped myself and said, hey, I'm not trying to Elon Musk around here. Does everyone understand that? And everyone's like, yeah, dude, like it's fine, But that fucking move, You know what I mean? It comes easy, especially if you're a white guy, I guess. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's just us.
Yeah, it was wild, dude. Like, I totally caught myself doing it multiple times.
Yeah,
on accident.
There's that guy had no intent when he did that. There was no intent behind it at all.
Yeah.
The thing you said where it was love you or whatever.
Yeah, my heart goes out to you.
Yeah,
whatever.
that type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I could see that way more. That guy, he just, again, man, like I was saying, if we'd have put Einstein in front of a camera and had him out there all the time, everybody wouldn't,
You don't think he would say some wild shit every once in a while? Everyone's all, whoa.
He
whoa.
did. And nobody said shit, because he's just on his own.
Totally.
They all know, he's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
You know?
Nikola Tesla, fucking,
Yeah.
Isaac Newton.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't think if you made Isaac Newton popular on TikTok, that motherfucker wouldn't be doing some weird shit?
Yeah, it just doesn't, it's just everybody's looking for something to attack that's not part of them.
Yeah.
It's the left went after is going after Trump as hard as they could and as hard as they can.
Right.
And the right just kept going after Biden and when it comes down to it, they both are pretty bad people.
Yeah.
It's not like I love watching all these people talk about Biden or talk about Trump and what he's doing and then just be like,
wait, what do you mean, Biden?
No,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I'm saying they're like, what's wrong with Biden? You're like,
oh, dude. How many people that are friends of ours
I love,
that just continually just be like not even just saying stuff about what some of the stuff that Trump is doing. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, well, why is this bothering you? And
the other
3
side
years ago, when this stuff was happening, it's not bothering you. Do you guys not think that that Biden was bad?
Doing some criminal
you know what
shit,
I mean?
yeah.
You guys aren't saying about the
Yeah,
pardons
they
and
all
shit?
are. And Trump's going to give us a lot of fucking things to criticize. For
Oh,
sure.
boy.
And you can't shut the fuck up, and it's his biggest failure for sure.
Oh,
you know
boy.
what I mean?
Yeah. Well, at least he can speak.
Yeah, but it's like too much, right?
Yeah,
it's
it is.
Like
it
too
is.
much. Like,
yeah.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
We don't need a press conference every day, dude.
No.
We don't need one,
It sure seems like we're going to get it for a while.
We're going to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be wild. But yeah, with the Elon Musk thing, I made the correlation that he is white people's Kanye West.
I think you're 100%
And I think
right.
I think it's the only, I haven't heard anyone say it yet, so I'm getting it out there now. That's it.
Yeah.
The people that love Elon Musk are going to defend him to the end of the earth, no matter what he says or does, just like the people that love fucking Kanye are going to defend him to the end of the earth.
Yeah.
No matter what he does. And they're still going to be putting out crazy shit that everyone's going to buy.
And when it comes down to it, there's so much more important stuff going on in each one of our lives.
Right.
With the people around us and what's going on. I mean, I on a pretty regular basis am having some pretty serious conversations with men around me that are in mental distress and don't know how to deal with it.
Right.
I mean, a shocking amount.
Right.
That are like, we start talking. I'm like, hey, man, are you good, bro? What's going on? Mm-hmm. Man, I just don't know what to do. I really just don't know what to do with myself. I'm just, I go do this, and then I do this, and I do that, and then I just don't know what to do with myself, And I know that they're trying to address it somewhat, when you're not getting called a, cis white male, that you're part of you're the problem. You're a cis white male. Would you just shut up with your opinion? You don't fucking matter. I read that one today. And just I'm like, well, actually, we still all matter. We still all, are out here trying to live our lives and do what we can.
Right.
Why, we all have our problems. Stop pretending like we are the whole problem. And you're casting it out there and making people not feel good about themselves, which is leading to a lot of bad situations, man.
Yeah, it is. I mean, one of the bigger things that I've really been trying to wrap my head around with myself lately is just the fact that I feel I do this podcast and I get to talk and bullshit and do all the things, but in my own house, I'm not heard a lot. You know what I mean? And it's probably because my approach on things, right? Because I come in a little hot, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of, me and Rosie had this really wild conversation a few months ago. And I was like, look, man, like you guys, the reason I do the things that I do is because I come in this fucking house and the very minuscule amount of things I ask my children to perform, to do chore-wise. Clean up your room. Help fucking clean up a little. I'm not like asking a lot. It gets bowled over, right? Because my wife wants to make everything okay, so she does it for him, right? And it's one of our bigger arguments, right? And the reason is because my wife wants to make it fine, and she would rather just get it done and not hear me bitch about it than really hold the kids' feet to the fire, right? So it's like a lot about, we fight, the only really thing we fight about is about kids and the way in which, because I'm at the point where my kids are going to be adults soon. Like Scout's got one, she's 17.
Hold on. Scout is, age-wise, she's maybe not adult.
Yeah.
But she's an adult.
Yeah, but she also has zero fucking responsibilities. You know what I mean?
Well, that's, yeah.
So, like I said, here's what I'm saying. And what I was explaining to Rosie was like, look, man, like, and I'm not speaking for all men or anything, but I don't feel like I'm ever heard in the house, ever. Like, I'll say something, and then I'll say it again, and then by the 6th, 7th fucking time, I'm actually pissed, and I'm yelling about it, because for 5 days now, I've watched you guys completely blow me off for the thing, but no one has any problem asking me to buy them something on Amazon or take them to fucking this and that, right? So it's just, you feel like you're never fucking heard. So then men get pissed, and then they get quiet, and then they get mean, right? Like, and not necessarily in that order, you know what I mean? But that's
usually
how
after
men
I blow
work.
up, everybody starts listening.
For a minute,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
and then now are
yeah.
they only working because you're going to blow up, or are they working because you're really going to hear them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they hear you. And, I think we had this, like, really in-depth conversation, because I don't ever talk about that shit, like, at all. Like, she sees that I'm fucking frustrated, and then she does the thing that, when I'm like, look, man, we got to hold them accountable. They have to be, Scout's 17. She needs to get a job this summer, for sure. She's getting her license. You know what I mean? Like, there's things that we have to start doing. And it comes down to men are never really heard. Right?
Yeah.
About how they feel about shit, because they don't have the opportunity most of the time to express it. And also, we're too dumb to know how to express it without sounding like an asshole, right?
But a lot of that is us and our upbringing. Mm-hmm. I was just having this conversation with my niece this morning. Is like, and it didn't have to do with me. It was just about her, our family. The only way anybody talks is at 10.
At 10, yeah.
And so I can't have conversations with people. I have a really hard time, because every time I start to get adamant and start talking about something, everybody thinks that I'm pissed off and I want to fight. And I'm like, hey, look, man, I'm just I need you to get this done.
Right.
And then like, whoa, why are you yelling?
Yeah.
I'm not yelling, man.
Yeah.
The amount of times, I need you to get it done.
The amount of times I get accused of yelling in my house when I'm literally not yelling is shocking. You know what I mean? Like, and it's obviously a way in which I communicate, but I'm direct, and I say exactly what it is that I want you to do. You know what I mean?
Do you never, your household and my household, hey, will you go get this taken care of, please? Isn't a thing.
Yeah.
It
wasn't in my house.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Come here.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Go get this done.
I know.
Hey, get it fucking done. Mm-hmm. This is the first time you've asked me. Why are you yelling at me?
Yeah, totally.
Because the rest of you.
I've been thinking about it for 3 days, and I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
You know what
because I already know I'm going to start yelling about it.
Right.
I used to have. And this is where I kind of had to try to retrain myself on this stuff, is I would have an argument or a discussion with my wife, and she would stand in the kitchen and we would start to talk, and then I would slowly work my way out to the back door and stand outside, and she'd go, "What are you doing?" And I'm like,
I don't know.
I don't want you to think I'm yelling at you, so maybe if I stand out here, you won't think I'm yelling at you. Yeah. I go, I just don't know how, and it's God.
Yeah.
But one of the things that you and I both have to stop doing, hey, Scout, do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, hey, Dad, can you give me, no. Mm-hmm. No, why would I? I asked you nicely to get that done. You didn't do it,
That's
so
what
why
I've
should
been
I do
doing.
it? And then walk away.
Yeah.
Because the lack of consequences
That's
Because
it.
we
That's the
want to
big
do
thing.
stuff because we know what it was like when we were a kid to be told, no, I'm not doing that. Get out of here.
Right,
You know,
right,
you
yeah.
can walk to the avenue from the East
Sure.
End on your own. Don't
Yeah,
ask
fuck
me
off.
for a ride.
Yeah, totally.
Kick rocks, monkey. You know, we don't do that because we're like, well, fuck, man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want her to walk all the way down to the store, which
Yeah.
is what, 6 blocks.
Yeah.
You know, to go get a Coke or whatever. You know.
Sure. Yeah.
So, but it's those consequences and actions, man.
Yeah. But the big thing for me is that I will approach it nicely for days. I will do it. I will be, hey, you guys, your room's a fucking mess. You need to clean it up. You know, and that's not me cussing. That's me just a normal conversation. Oh, yeah. Next day, hey, you didn't do a thing in your room. Like, oh, yeah, I'll do it. Now day 4 comes, and I'm like, and now they want to go spend the night at their cousins, or they want to go do something, and I'm going, no.
Yeah.
You ain't doing it, right? And my son lately has been really stepping it up, and the motherfucker's been walking the dog every day, and he takes out the trash, and he's been keeping his room clean. Because I've told them this for years. I said, if you fucking do your basic chores for the week, I will give you money on the weekend. I'll give you $10 a week. Just, you know, keep your bathroom clean, keep your room clean, trash, dog.
$10 a week.
Well, you know, just fucking whatever it is.
$10 a week.
Sure.
Oh, what
It's
a
fine.
fucking tight ass.
Well,
What
fuck
are you
'em,
gonna
dude.
do with $10? You can't buy a soda and a sandwich for $10.
They don't know yet.
Oh, I'm talking to.
Go ahead. Well, get him to do the fucking chores first. But my son's been kicking ass lately, dude.
Yeah.
And it's been really nice. And me and our whole relationship has been changing.
Have you given him a box of condoms yet?
No.
What?
He's 14. That kid ain't fucking, dude. There's no way. No, not happening. I will as soon as it's a thing, but
Oh, hopefully it's not too late.
it might be a dude. I don't know. Who fucking
That's you know.
even know? I don't,
you know.
It doesn't really matter. Yeah. But he's been kicking ass lately, right? And it's
Yeah.
like it's been cool. But the thing about, like I said, no one feels like they're heard ever in the house, right? And
No.
the kids probably don't feel like they're heard. And it's really about sitting down and listening and understanding, and just hopefully not getting to that point, you know. But Rosie actually. She finally took what I was saying to heart a few months ago. And then she has this kid at school that's just always fucking on high alert. Like,
Yeah.
and there's everything that happens to him is an injustice, and he overreacts and like hits a kid or whatever. And so she pulled him aside and she's like, hey man, what's up with you? And he's like, you know, just doing his thing. And she goes, do you feel like no one listens to you? And he's all, yeah. And she's like, all right. I'm just going to let you talk for as long as you want until you're out of words. And I'm not going to say a word. And she let him do it. And it's completely changed the fucking kid. He just got to get it out and express himself and be, you know what I mean? And it's just so weird, like the not being heard thing. You know what I mean? And this 10-year-old kid, like no one has ever asked him if anyone listens to him before. You know what I mean?
Because who the fuck listens to a 10-year-old kid?
I get it, but you got a 10-year-old that has extreme emotional fucking like bad shit, dude. Like,
Yeah, find alcohol.
no, yeah. yeah. Be American, dude.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with
yeah,
you?
you know, but it's
obviously not Irish.
yeah, it's a whole thing, and especially with men, it's like because there's talk to thinkers and there's think to talkers, right?
Yeah.
And that's really, you know, women talk to think. That's how they just their mouths flap, and then that's how they flush out ideas, right?
Yeah.
And men generally just think, you know, and talk later. You know what I mean? Or you know, it's
Work it out.
yeah,
to the,
We work it out in our own heads, right? So
Yeah.
we've already been having this conversation with ourselves for
Yeah.
fucking 2 years before we decide to bring it up. You know what I mean? Which is why men fucking kill themselves.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
the you know, I don't know if the procrastination isn't laziness. It's anxiety thing.
Yeah.
Is that procrastination is the silence you're talking about because you don't know how to communicate it, so you just don't say anything instead of trying to figure it out. And then instead of it leading to laziness, it does lead to an anxiety.
Yeah.
You know, just all of a sudden you're like, oh, my stomach's all fucking tight. Just start feeling this stuff that you just normally just kind of just, you know, you start to think about it and you just brush it off because you don't want to lead to, you know, you don't want to get into it. And then that leads to bad things, man.
It
You know,
always
I mean, we talked about my buddy Frank that's gone now and, you know, other people around us that have just, that, you know, that just, you can't it's hard to articulate that stuff and get it out there. And then when you get it out there and it's not respected, it really makes you want to shoot everybody in your house.
It kind of, I could see, you could see why it gets to the point. And it's like, is it the stigma that's put on men? Is it just the, who knows what it is? It's from generations of men that didn't fucking talk about their problems.
Or generations of men that also validated themselves every day by going out and working hard and being part of a thing.
Right.
That, I'm reading this book on a guy, Tom Green, that was an Irishman and I'm just kind of getting into it, but it's talking about him going out on this expedition to the South Pole and stuff and doing all these expeditions. And it's wild what they went through and what they did, and the, we were up at this part of area and we're here and, we're in our boat and we're now all of a sudden it's wintertime and we're stuck for 4 months. In the middle of nothing.
Right.
You just got 4 months of eating as little as possible because you got to survive, and they're playing card games, and they got work to do and stuff. But it's still like, when he said that, like, we've been in this area for 4 months, and now it's starting to get daylight.
Yeah.
And so we can start working again. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But those guys are not thinking about any type of validation from anybody.
Right.
They're in a structured program, kind of like a prison or a military system, and they're in this structured program, and then this is how it's going to work. Yeah. So every day, and then when it does get daylight out, you have a job to do.
Yeah.
You get up in the morning and you do your job, and by the time you're done, you hope for a good meal, you go to bed, and you're going to get up the next day and do it.
And do the same thing.
Now, there's not really a lot of that going on. The tech industry is what you're doing for work. You're not picking up a chainsaw. You're not swinging an axe. You're not building a car. You're not in a factory. You're not doing stuff that is a consistent physical thing every day.
Yeah.
You're off doing this other stuff, and in those break times, there's no challenges, man.
Right.
And we need that as men.
Yeah.
And when you do sit down and start thinking about it, depending on who you're around, they're telling you you're the problem. And they're telling you like, that's not real.
Yeah.
It's not real. You guys, that's not real. That's a construct that you guys have created that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then like you were saying, you can't express your feelings because you just feel like you're not heard.
100%.
There's a lot of stuff that I think about and feel that I'm like, oh, I love those people around me, and I know that if I say this out loud or if I put it some document or something that everybody's going to freak out that I think something like that. And it's like, well, I'm thinking it because it's how I'm feeling.
Right.
But my feelings don't matter anymore. And then it comes back to how do we deal with that?
Yeah. Yeah, and the culture, too. I mean, I think it's a good point to bring up that I think a huge portion of, the guys that get up and go to work every fucking day, right? They're the only ones that know how hard they are working for, let's say, your family or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like they know what they're doing all fucking day, right? And so then if you have, say, a partner that doesn't understand what it is or doesn't fucking care, just likes the paycheck and doesn't know why there's not enough money and this and that, it's like the value of hard work gets completely fucking, demodified essentially to nothing. So now, even though you're getting up and busting your ass actually every fucking day, you come home and still don't get appreciated whatsoever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And get told that you're fucking, you're loud and why are you yelling and why are you in a bad mood, even though you almost actually got killed on the job twice today. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things, my wife understood it and understands it, because I did bring her to work with me that one time and made her run her water hose, and she was fucking bummed, right? But, a lot of people, especially relationships and partners, they don't, if you're a man that does, hard physical fucking labor, not that a woman can't do it, but a lot of women don't. You know what I mean?
That's something that we definitely should never, ever talk about, is that women can do all the work that men can do.
Yeah.
I was watching, in which, by the way, real quick, I want to clarify that as much as we're talking about this, I am very fortunate that everybody around me really listens to me and respects. And when I start to say stuff, it's getting taken care of and done. And so I'm not. I don't want to cast no shade on my niece or my lady
Yeah,
or
of
anybody
course.
else around me.
Well,
because
we all have people that
when I
in
go
our lives that are
when
like
I go,
that.
hey man, this ain't cool. Like I'm not happy about this, and that's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
And then it changes. So I'm very, very grateful
Yeah.
for that. Have you watched these guys that are like drill riggers on the rigs, and they're hooking up like the drill bits and stuff on
Oh,
those
like in the
shit?
oil fields and stuff?
And you watch those guys
Yeah.
and they're slinging that thing on there
It's
and they're
rough,
pulling
man.
that, and
Yeah.
I watch that stuff and
Yeah.
what woman could jump up there and do that? You
A handful can.
No,
yeah.
they can't.
Yeah. I mean,
No, they
I have
can't.
chicks that work, in our industry, and one of them actually, an apprentice that we had recently, is on the fucking cover of our calendar, running a fucking D8 dozer like a badass. You know what I mean?
But running a dozer is not. I know it's
hard. It's
It's
skill.
hard to do.
Yeah.
It's skill, but it's a skill level that doesn't take a certain physicality.
In order to get the opportunity to even get in that position, you have to work your ass off.
But, okay, that's
You really-
fine.
it-
But
you
there's
know.
still levels to that shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like one of them. He was like a Marine sergeant or something like that, and he was just like, "Hey, look, man, these women come in here and they work their asses off and they do every can to get to that point, but they're just not physically capable of it." I mean, it just can't- yeah.
There's obviously a difference between physical shit, 100%.
Well, that's what I'm. That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about. I
but
mean,
it-
these
you
guys
know.
on these guys doing these, and I wish I knew what exactly what it is that they're doing, but I know that it has something to do with drilling because
Yeah.
they grab these big drill bits and they pull it up, and it's a
Yeah.
20-foot.
It's like
drill
the
getting pulled
oil
up.
field
yeah,
shit, yeah.
And then and they are taking these giant things and just
clasps,
slinging the
yeah.
clasp around there, and most of us couldn't do it. There's no way you and I are doing it.
Yeah.
Not all day long.
It's rough, yeah.
It's
It's rough.
hard work. It's rebar, man. Like I watched a woman that came and tried to do rebar when I was working at a rebar place down and she was like a bodybuilder,
Mm-hmm.
fit woman, and she went out there and she lasted like a month.
Yeah.
And I asked one of the guys, "Hey, what happened with so and so?" And they went, "She was throwing
Yeah,
that
rolled it
rebar
up.
up on her shoulders all day. Just she couldn't handle it."
Yeah, it's
you
rough,
know?
dude. Yeah, I mean, the physical part
But I
is
think
the
that
thing.
it wasn't about that.
Yeah.
My thing is I think that as men we're not getting physically challenged enough, and it's one of the things where martial arts or some sort of
Yeah.
marathons or something that's going to really seriously challenge you
Yeah.
needs to be put out there as much as possible.
It does. Yeah,
man,
I mean, you need that physical resistance.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I find out more and more as I'm older, getting into martial arts in your 40s, which is really smart. You know what I mean? It's just about the smartest thing you could do. But yeah, you do need that physical fucking men. A lot of men need physical resistance. You know what I mean? Because it just helps you clear your mind, to getting that energy out, all that stuff, It's just a weird, it's a weird time.
Yeah.
It's a weird time. And I swear to God, it's part of it. I feel like it's the first time that men were even allowed to have these fucking thoughts and conversations. You know what I mean? And we're still not good at it. You know what I mean? We're not good at it at all. And women are much better communicators. And there's a
100%.
million ways that they're so much smarter and better than we are at things. You know what I mean? But you can talk yourself into a mental illness too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can think about one and just have one. You can talk yourself into one as well, which is also another thing that's happening with young women. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It just the fucking constant wanting to be diagnosed with something or give a reason why I am like I am, right? Without doing the fucking work to get out of it, change the patterns, change the behaviors,
Well,
it's just a weird time. We can't, it's the first time we've ever been able to have feelings. I swear to God, like in the last couple generations,
I think that we've always been allowed to have feelings. And I think that there's a lot of people that were brought up in a way that was way more acceptable.
Yeah,
It's
maybe.
just when you're more of that hard working class, that blue collar class, that you don't really have time to really
process anything.
No, yeah, you just don't. You don't have time.
Yeah.
You're like who has time to sit there and I'm tired.
Yeah,
Can you just give me a burger and a fry, and then I'm gonna go to bed because I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, drink a gallon of coffee before I leave the house so that I'm awake when I get there, and I'm gonna go work my ass off all day. And then you get to work and we're not talking about feelings at work.
Dude, the amount of things that we don't talk about, like, you know, and I say this all the time. Every time I come home from hanging out with, like, the dudes, where he's like, well, how's his wife? And I'm like, not even.
No.
Didn't even come up. Like, not one time did we talk about a feeling, a thing. It was literally just, like, grunting and having a good time.
Hey, dude,
like,
most of the time when you say, you're like, what do you mean? I don't even, what do we talk about? Like, I don't know. I don't know what we talked about.
Nothing.
I don't know. I said some horrible shit sometimes. Like,
yeah, totally.
So I went.
I called him gay for about 3 hours.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's pretty much it.
Dude. Yeah. So on Saturday, I go to my homie's memorial service, and these are all guys I grew up with, and so usually when we stand around each other, all we do is just trash each other. Yeah.
Shit talk.
And I kind of get myself, not even like I just am automatically, when I walk in the door, it's
you just got to prepare.
Hands are just on the fucking belt, and I'm ready to pull guns and start blasting. Dude.
Not only are you're that, and you're questioning your outfit. You're like,
dude,
where am I going to give this guy some ammo?
Went to LA that night. The night before, on Thursday night. I went down to the Novo and saw Lettuce. It was an amazing show.
Yeah, that's right.
It was an incredible show. We're on my way back, and my brother and I were supposed to go together to this memorial, and he's like, "Hey, why don't you just meet me at Reardon or wherever it was? Just meet me there. It's on the way right there. Why don't you just meet me there? And then you can just jump in with me." And then, and I went, "Hey, bro, I'm wearing bib overalls and a pink leopard print shirt. There's no way I'm going to go to this and walk in there.
A wolf's den like that?
Dude, and no way." And he just started laughing, and he went, "Fair enough.
I'll see you there."
Yeah. But this kid walks up to me,
Yeah.
and we're sitting there. And the kid goes, "Hey, man, is that your bike out there?" And I went, "Yeah, it's mine." And he went, "It's a nice bike." And anytime somebody tells me it's a nice bike, I just blow him off immediately because my bike's hammered.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Hey, man, that's a nice bike." He goes, I go, "Thanks, man." I go, get a closer look. And he's like, "I got 3 bikes." And I went, "Oh, let me guess. Dynas? Maybe you got 3 Dynas? I don't know. The outfit and the hair doesn't give it away that you got 3 Dynas. Here, let me see your shoes.
Yeah.
Are you wearing Converse? Let me see."
Yeah.
And just went off.
Yeah.
And he walked away. Yeah.
He shattered his whole
dude. And then I sat there. It was like, maybe you were a little rough on that dude, man. And about a half hour later or whatever, because everybody was eating or whatever, and it kind of calmed down, and I got up and walked over and sat down to him and said, "Hey, man, sorry about that, homeboy. I know I came in a little bit strong, but this is a room full of savages, and I wasn't quite ready for it."
I wasn't ready for someone to be nice.
Yeah. And he goes, and which I thought was really, really cool, is he goes, "Man, I'm from Vegas." And he goes, "And most of the stuff I do is around bikers in the biker community." And he goes, "I'm used to dudes like you, man. I didn't even think about it. I just thought it was funny and walked away."
That's fucking awesome, man.
And I was like, yeah. And then I started thinking about how bikers used to be and like how they're really kind of not that anymore.
Sure.
I had a conversation with my brother about it this morning, or one of my brothers about it this morning, about how like when we were younger and we would go ride and hang around with these guys, just the level of difference of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's a YouTube channel that I follow. He does YouTube too, but he does Instagram stuff that I follow. I've started to follow it, and I won't let it go because I just want to see the moment where they catch him and beat his ass.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm looking
with
for.
Bikers or something?
He's nonstop, bro. He I don't even want to say what it is, but he buys a lot of memorabilia from the clubs. Like he finds stuff and he goes out and he finds it, and he's honestly, what he's doing is kind of really truly kind of a good thing in its own way, because he's kind of like really doing a historical
capturing
collection
of things.
Okay,
yeah.
But because he's getting stuff and he's getting video of these people that are incredible. Like Dougie Poo and all. Dougie Poo was one of the guys that kind of was around the beginning of the Hells Angels and stuff, but he also at the same time just shits on him.
Oh, okay.
He shits on him all the time, and I see him doing this stuff. I'm just like, one of these days,
someone's going to
one
catch
of
your
these
ass.
going to catch your
But
ass,
maybe they
bro.
won't.
But that's what
Yeah.
the bikers nowadays, and not just bikers, but people in general,
Yeah.
they're just not. Unless you're, rolling 30s Compton Crip,
Right.
which they're savages till,
Sure.
But these guys are just not the same.
Yeah. Well, we see it. I just showed you that video of those fucking twins, right?
Yeah.
Those two twins, and I will splice one of their videos in here. And I don't know them for shit. They get a lot of heat online, but they do just about the weirdest fucking biker content I've ever seen.
And I think
you know what I mean?
their club is those. I think
it's
their
them
club is
too. They're
Yeah,
twins. They look exactly like each other.
Yeah.
I'm like, and what are you doing? You made this whole world acting like outlaw bikers on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people shit on them for sure, and they're always in fights with somebody, but it's like, you're going to get fucking caught up one day, dude.
See, but this guy
It's so
guy
weird.
that I watch says outlandish shit, lives in I think in LA, and is constantly talking shit, and nothing's happened to him.
Yeah.
And I keep watching it. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
Because he's done enough to where people have to know who he is.
Yeah.
And he took shit on Chuck Zito, which for you guys don't know, he was a New York Hells Angel that bodyguarded for Stallone and did a bunch of stuff.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
And he's pretty well known.
Yeah.
And he's a savage, dude.
Yeah.
He checked me one day, man.
Oh, really?
Oh, boy. Yeah. I was doing security at Nickleby's, and they were having the world run at the bar. And he walked up with this young baddie, dude. She was smoking hot. And I said, hey, I need her ID. And he went, no, you don't. And he walked by me.
And you're all, okay.
That is exactly what I said. I did nothing. Go
Apparently
ahead,
she
Mr.
doesn't.
Zito.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just wild when you see this stuff. And I've watched those videos with those two dudes.
Yeah.
They're saying some crazy shit.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing they're in an area that doesn't have
That.
No, it doesn't. Or it's like the Black Sheep, which is a more of a religious one, or
okay.
there's one of the ones that they're a club, but they're pretty family oriented and mellow. The
That's a bike.
Barachos.
It's a bike club.
The Black Sheep.
I never
Black
heard
Sheep
of
is a
it, yeah.
Christian bike club.
Oh, okay.
out of Santa Barbara.
Okay.
Well, I know there's a chapter in Santa Barbara.
Sure.
And I think no, it was Buzzard.
No.
Buzzard was another Hell's Angel from way back in the days, and he went and was part of the Santa Barbara Black Sheep and used to come and see us at the dealership. But these guys that are saying this stuff, they're just getting away with
wild,
it.
dude.
Until you get caught, and
Yeah.
in certain areas they're not playing. Don't talk about the Mongols too much.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I stay away from. I don't like any. Nope. I don't know. I don't know anything
Yeah.
about it. It's because I love motorcycles. I don't consider myself in the biker culture at all. You know what I mean? I'm not. I don't like. I'd prefer to ride alone with you, maybe, you know what I mean? But not one part of me wants to be involved in that. I just wish I could like motorcycles. I didn't watch Sons of Anarchy and was like, fuck yeah, brother.
Yeah.
I've just grown up around them and I really like riding them and it's a good time. But I'm pretty turned off by that shit. You know what I mean? Like the machismo badass stuff, which for some people it's great. Good for you,
I think that part of it is it's a young man's sport.
Yeah.
I've was talking to Tron today, and Tron and I both been ride all the time, have been doing it forever and ever and ever.
Right.
And it's our, it's kind of what we are and who we are. And
Yeah.
we were just talking about how it's just not the same.
Yeah.
Part of it, I think, and I told him the same thing, is it's a little bit different, but we're also different. It's not, you know what I mean? It's also that we're not the same.
Right. Right.
But I've watched for years where people get to be about 18 or 19 and they watch the local bikers and then they want to be bikers, and then they get to be 20, 21, and then they get on a bike and then they ride their bikes for a couple years and they're just maniacs. They're doing wheelies and they're fucking, I'm a Mr. Biker. I'm going to run in San Diego. I'm doing all this crazy shit and I'm the man. And then They get an old lady,
Yep.
and then it gets to be about 23, and then she gets pregnant, and then
And
they
they're all
can't ride anymore,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden they got toy haulers and
Yep.
dirt
Yeah.
bikes, and
Yeah.
you just don't ever see them on a bike again.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, it's just it is a weird. It's weird how just all the cultures have changed because that getting. I don't know if it's the internet. I mean, it is the internet. Just the fact that you can just not just say shit all the time, and there's so few repercussions for it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what it is. It's
When
very
I was
odd.
growing up, and not just in the community but when I was growing up and around bikers, if you said the wrong thing, you're getting clapped.
Totally,
They're
yeah.
they're gonna catch you. And they
It was
will
scary when I
beat
was a
the
kid.
Oh, dude.
You know, it was fucking scary.
Yeah.
Like when there was bikers at my house all the fucking time. You know, and
Yeah.
they were not like they were scary people. You know.
They're not anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
You know.
and if they are, you don't know about them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If they're really truly scary, you're like, fuck, I don't even know who that fucking guy is. But
Yeah.
everyone else does. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I just remember it being such a weird, scary culture back in when I was younger. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's now it's like you meet guys and you're like, you ride a bike, huh? Weird, interesting.
A lot of that.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got
like a Harley?
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah. All right.
A lot of that.
Cool.
Well, yeah, it's fine. Whatever. You know, it's just culture's changed.
But I'm not, like I said, I don't consider myself in that shit either. You know, I just enjoy riding.
I'm a biker, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, but I also don't.
Yeah.
I'm a biker because I'm a biker. I'm not a biker because I go on Sundays and go for a ride down to the coffee shop to meet everybody and then
Right.
ride to Santa Barbara for the day and then
Right.
ride back home.
Right.
I'm a biker because it's just who I am.
Yeah,
Y-
100%.
You know,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
but
it's wild.
it's I've been that way forever. Just kind of,
Yeah.
I love my bike. I'd give everything up for it.
Yeah. I mean, and there's also probably a long line of guys like you that just move within all the organizations and the sects and it's fucking not a thing. You know what I mean? It's like there's a
There's
lot
a
of that.
Guy that I've known for a long, long time that just got his just got his 30 years with AHAs.
Yeah.
We had a party for him on Saturday.
Yeah. Good for
It's
him.
incredible. 30 years in anything
Yeah.
is a long time.
That's a long
bro.
time,
And
yeah.
he's been doing it as a soldier for, just in there doing it for 30 years.
That's
man.
wild.
Shout out to Mario. Good dude, man.
Yeah.
You know,
And there's a lot of great dudes in those
A lot.
You know what I mean?
there is a lot of them, man.
It's just so I just often think you think about the old school, fucking Hell's Angels at the Rolling Stones and all the crazy stories and the all those gangs. It's like I know shit still goes on for sure, but I mean legends were created. You know what I mean? Back in the day, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like you wonder is that going to ever happen again? Like you know what I mean?
Especially outside of, like when you get out into the East Coast and Midwest and stuff, I think it gets a little crazier.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's smaller communities.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like San Bernardino's 2 hours away.
Sure.
San Francisco's 4 hours away. San Diego's 4 hours
Right.
away. So from Ventura, there's Ventura, then there's San Bernardino,
Yeah.
and then there's San Diego, and then there's San Francisco or Oakland. That's all distant stuff. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's not where you're in Chicago in the Midwest, and Chicago's this giant city, and then you have three
Multiple
crazy
things.
little clubs,
Yeah.
you know. If you
Going
really
at
want to
it.
get into it, ever get a chance, check out what it goes on in Canada.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Canadian bikers are no
dude,
joke,
it's
huh?
wild. Canada and Australia.
They probably stab the fuck out of each other up there.
Canada, Australia, Europe.
Yeah.
It's
It's a whole
definitely
thing.
different. Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
that's crazy, man. I do want to throw this out there before we get out of here. Speaking of loss and mental health, there is a kid at my gym, Memento Mori, that took his life last night. It's incredibly sad. His name's Tracy. He's 18 fucking years old. His whole entire family rolls at the gym. They're all really, really sweet people. There is a GoFundMe going around right now, which I will throw out as a link on our shit for sure in this podcast and all the things. But 18 fucking year old kid, man. You know what I mean? Last night it happened and it's still new. It's still raw. I don't know really any of the details or what or how or any of that shit. I know I've been with him at the gym a handful of times and his brother and his dad and fucking everyone. And my heart goes out to you guys. Fuck. You know what I mean? I just want to throw it out there, man. Like, talk to your fucking kids. Talk to your kids as much as you can.
Talk
You know
to your
what I mean?
friends.
Talk to your friends. Talk to everybody, dude.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on with somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's devastating.
Yeah.
It's fucking devastating, dude. So, before we get out of here, I don't want to end it on a bummer. I just want to throw that out there. Please. Fuck, I think about it all the time with my kids, man. You know what I mean?
And we talked about this, but it's not just your kids, your friends, and everybody.
Everyone, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We recently had a friend to reach out to us, and we immediately
Yeah.
we're trying to get a hold of him and let him know that we're here for him, and he,
Right.
you know, he's a good human, and
Yep.
stop thinking so fucking much.
Your life is valuable, whether
Yeah.
you feel like it is or not. All right. So
Yep.
just keep that in mind. People love you.
Yep.
Whether in the moments you think that no one gives a shit at all, they do. So,
They do.
we love you guys. Thank you for everything, guys. Seriously, you guys make this fun. We really, really, really appreciate everyone that comes up and talks to us about this podcast. And we're gonna keep doing it.
Yep.
Even if Instagram is a nightmare.
Love you guys.
All right. Bye.
Peace.